your films are also spectacular. Not just great stories, but they are also spectacular. Now, film is an audio-visual medium.
Mm.
What, according to you, is more important, the visual appeal or the script?
It both go hand in hand.
Mhm.
If you just have a great script and don't have a visual backing to it, you could
Mhm.
as well just narrate the story on radio, right?
Correct.
And at the same time, if you have great visuals and there is no proper backing of the script to that visuals, then they are just images, which you can find better images on YouTube today.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm. Mhm.
so it's filmmaking is a very complicated technique where the director
Mhm.
actually does nothing, but he does everything.
Mhm.
It is like a
Okay.
director has something in his brain. He has to nudge the director of photography, has to nudge the story writer, he has to nudge the costume designer. All the crafts he has to nudge them, and drive them uh, into that something that he has in mind, which many of the
Yes.
time he himself is not clear of.
Correct.
It's a very complicated, complicated job.
At the place at which you are as a filmmaker, has it ever happened in recent times that you had to settle for your second choice, or it has always been that whoever you have thought of has jumped at the offer and agreed to work for you?
Not necessarily. There are, yeah, there are quite a number of people who chose otherwise. Not only cast, even crew.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that happens all the time.
Mhm.
There might be date issues. There might be
Mhm.
remuneration issues. There might be so many other issues where just they don't come together. People
Mhm.
can't come together.
Mhm.
So I think it's natural for anyone. I think that will be even for the greatest directors or even for the uh, uh, anyone, greatest production houses. There will be these issues.
So, Mr. Rajamouli, does it affect the ego of a filmmaker with such films as eager to his credit when people say no for whatever reasons?
Uh, no, see, ego is taken in different
Mhm.
context.
Mhm.
Let's not get confused between arrogance and ego. There are
True.
two different things, and
Yes.
I always understand if a certain actor or technician
Mhm.
doesn't want to work in my film or couldn't want to
Mhm.
work in my film. I,
Mhm.
I always understand that.
Mhm.
But when you start writing a story, we start the discussions, and in the discussions, we think such and such an actor would be nice for this role.
Mhm.
And from then onwards, until we contact the actor and he or she says yes or no, we'll be imagining them in that role.
True.
So when they say no, because you already imagined them in your mind for that role, there is a kind of disappointment. But luckily for me, all the pieces fell in the right place. I always got the right actors for the
Right
right
role.
in
Role.
the end. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what matters.
Lovely. You know, a while ago you said that you don't believe in God in that sense.
Hmm.
So just elaborate. You believe in God or you don't believe in God?
Uh, I don't. You can say mostly you can call me an
Atheist.
atheist. Atheist, yes.
Acha, acha. And is there a particular incident that led to your
No,
becoming an atheist?
not just one. As I grew, as I started reading, as I started uh, uh, observing and the
Mm-hmm.
God in the traditional sense, like going to the
Mm-hmm.
temples, all this uh,
Mm-hmm.
temples, churches, mosques, or the kind of praying, the kind of things people do. Uh, I mean, what we say the God is omnipotent, omnipresent, or all powerful, anything, and saying that on
Sure.
one hand, and the practices that we have in other hand, somehow they don't go hand in hand together. As far as my brain goes. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't say there is no God.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say I'm not that knowledgeable or stupid to say that to pass those kind of statements. It's just that
Mm-hmm.
my brain doesn't connect in that way.
Oh, oh, oh.
But if you say there is one supreme supernatural force that is unifying all these things, let's go. If you go into that tangent, then I would say I don't know. I that is too much for me to figure out.
Fathom.
Then I will say I would. Yeah.
Interesting. Mr. Rajamouli, you have got 3 national awards. You've got a number of other awards. And of course, box office rewards are always all yours. What really excites you more, box office rewards or awards, or is it equal?
No, it's always the box office that matters most. Awards really never excited me, and if it comes, I take it as a bonus. I don't think too much into it. I never really indulge into much about it. Box office numbers, not just for the sake of records or anything, just to the matter of fact, a box office number is directly proportional to the number of people that have seen your film.
True.
And the higher the box office number, it is the higher the people saw the film or saw it multiple times.
Correct.
So that is what matters to me most. More number of people listening to my story, and obviously liking it. Obviously, everyone who sees the film is not going to like it, but generally, when the boxes numbers are high, it is
it is an indication.
Indication to believe that most of the people liked it. Yeah.
Mr. Rajamouli, it was a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
So much. Thank you, sir. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
नमस्ते. तो दोस्तों ये थे मिस्टर एस राजामौली. कैसा लगा ये इंटरव्यू? कमेंट सेक्शन में जाकर अपने कमेंट जरूर पोस्ट कीजिएगा. थैंक यू.